Coming up, a full review of Arquiste's L'etrog Acqua. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. This is Joel the Nose coming to you from Miami as always, or almost always. Today I'm going to do a full review of the 2014 release from the American niche house Arquiste. You've seen me review them before. You can look in my reviews. I've done Sydney Rock Pool. I've done Elle, which I own. I've done Alexander. Anyways, I've done a few. You can see my first impressions and my full reviews. This is the 2014 release. Show you, and it's called L'etrog Acqua. Okay, and this is classified as a unisex eau de parfum, and I would say it, in my mind, it leaves a little bit more masculine, but it's definitely can be pulled off as a unisex. The nose or perfumer behind this is the nose behind almost all the Arquiste fragrances, and that's Rodrigo Flores-Roux. So he does another very good job. I've started a new trend on my reviews. I like to go to the website and research and find out what were they trying to accomplish with this fragrance. What was the goal? What was the mission statement essentially behind this fragrance? And at the end of the review, I will let you know whether I think they achieved it. Okay? So this is how they described what they were trying to obtain with this fragrance here. And I have a decant here that I got from Ozma in my local perfumery. I don't have the full bottle. How they describe this is early morning, October 1175. So we're talking many centuries ago. Calabria, Italy. The cool air dissipates under the sun's first rays. Ripe citrus field is absorbing all the water from the morning dew, and farmers leave their woody cabins to work the misty green fields. Beautiful description, right? I love good literature, so I love, you've seen me describe it before, I love this house. Arquiste is one of my favorite houses, so I love how they do everything. I've said it before, Arquiste is founded by a design architect. He's actually a historic preservation architect, so all the bottles are very cool. I'll put up a picture of the bottle here so you can take a look at it. Anyways, so that's the description. Let me review it and to let you know if I think they achieved that goal. Top notes are Cedrat oil, Italian Mandarin, Sicilian lemon, Pettigrain, Pettigrain bergamot. Then at the heart you have Myrtle leaf, Cardamom absolute, Egyptian Jasmine absolute, and French lavender. And then at the base you have Florentine Orris, Patcholi, Labdanum, Vetiver, and cedarwood. A lot going on here, right? So I'm interested to see how complex it transitions. So let's get right into it. I'm going to spray it on the back of my hand just so you can see my impression now. I've been wearing it all day so I can give a full review. All right, just got a good spray. And whew, okay, so at the top, how I describe this is very citrusy. Definitely the description of Calabria in the Italian Sicilian region in the morning, totally getting the citrus. For me, it's a very bright citrus. It's very like in the morning citrus, smelling a citrus tree. It's very crisp. It's very fresh. I picture an Italian lemon sitting in a basket. If you've ever been to Italy, you can see on the porches or on the outsides of the buildings, they have lots of fruit and lemons in these baskets. You've probably seen paintings. So that's what I picture here. Very ripe, like a super ripe lemon. Very juicy and green. I'm also getting lots of grapefruit here. Has a little bit of an Aventus vibe going on at the top, even though it doesn't have pineapple. You know, Aventus sometimes gives me that vibe of a grapefruit vibe, and that clearly has grapefruit here. It's very kind of cool, not warm at the top. and it's kind of got a cool feel. Again, kind of like the morning dew. So far I think they're achieving their goal. After about an hour of wearing this, a little over an hour, the citrus started to fade, okay, and it started to get warmer, and so that for me, the jasmine was coming through, the lavender, which sweetens up a little bit, gives a little bit more warmer tinge of a powdery feel, but not a lot. And then I only got projection for about an hour and a half on this as far as around my head. I did spray it, as I always do, on the back of my left hand, either sides of the insides of my elbow, once in the back of my neck, and either side of the front of my neck. I will say this again: whenever I spray these decants, you know, the atomizer is not nearly the same as a good atomizer. And I have an actual Arquiste bottle, the L bottle, and it's a great atomizer. So you're not going to get the same projection here. So there is a caveat there. As far as then, after about 3 hours, about 3 hours, it became a warm, creamy skin scent, and so totally different. The citrus is totally gone. So at the top, you have this very bright, citrusy, grapefruit, lemon, bergamot, all going on up there, very fresh, very bright, very cool. And then by about 3 hours later, it's more of a skin scent, warm, little sweet, but very different. So the mid and the base are kind of similar. I don't see a ton of difference between the two. Ton of difference from the top. So at the top, again, you have this very different, kind of fresh thing going on to the warm, woody base at the bottom. So, to me, compared to the other fragrances that, like the one I own, L, Sydney Rock Pool, it's not quite as exciting. Okay, it's a little bit more pedestrian, a little bit more not as, I'm not going to say boring, but to me it's not as exciting as the other fragrances. And maybe it's because that fresh top comes across to me as something that was very popular and still is, that whole kind of Aventus craze that's gone on for years. So, although I like this, I got to say, better than Aventus. So, I'll say that. Final comment. Did they achieve their goal of their original mission statement of how they describe this? I will say they did. There's no doubt, especially at the top, this comes across as that wet, juicy, cool, morning, citrus, Italian countryside vibe. Absolutely. And the part about the farm workers coming from their wood cabins comes across at the bottom, because in the base you get that woody, warm vibe. So, and I think that's from a lot coming from that vetiver and kind of probably the Labdanum, which is that incense type feel. So there you have it, guys. As far as longevity, again, caveat, using this is never as good, but I would say that the longevity on this was not super great for me. It was about 6 hours. I get longer from L and again from the full bottle, so I'm going to assume, given the quality of this house and the other ones I've smelled, that if you have a full bottle of atomizer, you're going to get at least 8 hours like I do for L, and even longer. So just to let you know, so if you're testing it out. There you have it. Comments, please, if you have any, if you've tried it, any thoughts. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for taking your precious time to watch this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you learned something today. This is Joel the Nose coming to you from Miami, and I hope everyone's having a great day. We'll talk to you soon.